Hey guys, welcome back to another travel vlog. We are in Germany, this time in Munich in Bavaria, and we are going to spend here the one beautiful day. Well, it was raining the whole morning, but the sun is coming out, so I bet we will try to see as much as possible. We will go to some nice restaurants to eat, so hopefully we can get some good food also around. And yeah, I will show you the historical buildings, the architecture, the city, so have fun watching. Our first stop is Nymphenburg Palace, which is a Baroque palace situated in western district of Munich. Combined it with the adjacent Nymphenburg Palace Park, it contributes one of the premier royal palaces of Europe. Its frontal width of 632 meters even surpasses Versailles Palace. The Nymphenburg served as the main summer residence for the former rulers of Bavaria of the House of Wittelsbach. In 1664, construction began to the plans of the North Italian architect Agostino Barelli, who also designed Munich's Theathine Church. Initially, the summer residence was a mighty cubic pavilion flanked by the court church, several outbuildings, and a small walled geometrical garden. By 1679, the palace complex in its first incarnation had nearly been finished. The palace acquired its present-day dimensions under the Elector Mark Emanuel, supervised by the court architect Enrico Zuccalli. Two offset pavilions were built on each side of the existing structure to the north and south, began in 701. The pavilions were linked with the central edifice by galleries. However, the Spanish War of Succession soon put a stop to construction work. About 1715, the court architect Joseph Effner, together with the French landscape architect Dominique Jarre, designed an overall plan for the palace, and the subsequent extension was carried out in accordance with this plan. The palace was built through the years, and more electors gave him its final look. The palace and its extensive park are one of the Munich's top sites. I would recommend to visit the palace at least for the half day to see the palace interiors and take a stroll through the park. On the way to the city center, we decided to stop in restaurant Lilli P, and this is a specialized restaurant for breakfast and brunch. They have opened just till 4 p.m. and they have healthy bowls. They have also on the weekends all you can eat breakfast and brunch, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere there, the interior design, and I must say it got so busy around the lunchtime because this is actually in the business district, and there is also a very big congress centrum, so at least we knew it was fresh, the people were coming in, so yeah, I would definitely come back. Our next stop is Karlsplatz, which is busy square in the heart of Munich, which was built in the 18th century, and you can find there many historical buildings and also Karl's Tor. Karl's Tor is one of what used to be Munich's famed city wall from the medieval ages till late into the 18th century. It served as a major defensive fortification and checkpoint. On the way we are stopping to get some bubble tea, which was very needed because I was literally so thirsty. It was yummy, it was refreshing, and we are coming to Sendlinger Tor, a restored 14th century red brick gate with the two towers opening onto an old town plaza with a fountain. There was actually reconstruction, so I tried to film what I could, and we were walking through the streets. We were discovering so many cool shops with clothing, with plants, with decor. We are getting to the Asamkirche, which was built between 1733 and 1746. Its official name is Saint Johann Nepomuk Church. The two-story building measuring 22 to 8 meters blends in well amid the terraced houses of Sendlinger street. The interior is divided into 3 levels. The area in which church visitors sit is relatively dark and gloomy. It symbolizes worldly suffering. The higher up you look, and therefore the closer you get to the heavens, the brighter the church becomes. The church was designed as a confession church, so it contains several confessionals, and masses are also held here on a regular basis. Our next stop is Marienplatz, or in English Mary's Square. It is a central square in the city center of Munich, and it has been the city's main square since 1158. This square is definitely busy all the time. The crowds are there strolling around. The square is famous for its new town hall. The new town hall offers fantastic views of the city from its tower. Furthermore, the famous Glockenspiel attracts huge crowds every day. The new town hall was completed in 1905 and was built in the then popular neo-Gothic architecture style. Over 600 city employees work in the 400 rooms of the building, which can be viewed not only from the outside. Many historic rooms are open to the public, and the mayor's office may also be visited on special occasions. The balcony of the new town hall is Munich's most popular place for sports teams to celebrate winning a title. FC Bayern, for example, has been a regular guest in recent years, turning Marienplatz into a giant party zone. The law library measures almost 10 meters high, and it's one of the most beautiful libraries in the city. Especially the spiral staircases and the large shelves reflect the Florum Munich Art Nouveau style. It has a total area of 120 square meters and is located in the original book collection of the municipal colleges. It is available to all citizens. At the eastern end of Marienplatz, you will find the old town hall, and it has quite an eventful history. Its first mention in town records goes back to the year 1310. After being destroyed by lightning in 1460, it was soon rebuilt again. Right behind the old town hall, you will find the Church of Holy Spirit. It is a Gothic hall church, originally belonging to the Hospice of the Holy Ghost in 14th century. It is the oldest hall church in Munich, and it has been a hospital parish since 1271 and a city parish church since 1844. The church contains numerous works of art from different centuries, and the high altar is particularly impressive. Our next stop, right next to the church, is Viktualienmarkt. Up to the early 19th century, the people of Munich would go to the neighboring Marienplatz to purchase their supplies of grain, fruit and vegetables, fish and eggs. At that point, however, the size of the market began to burst at the same season, so in 1807, King Max I Joseph commanded that the area between Heilig Church and Frauenstraße be used to sell produce. And so the market had a place of its own, a square which at the time was known as Marktplatz. The word Viktualien, taken from the late Latin word for food, was not added until later. By the years 1823 to 1829, the market was already in need of additional space. A number of other features were also added later down, like a hall for selling tripe, pavilions for fruit sellers, and a separate hall for selling fish caught from the North Sea. By 1890, the Viktualienmarkt had reached the size of the present-day market. If you stroll around the Viktualienmarkt today, you are sure to spot a few true Munich legends. The people of Munich have built a series of fountains featuring statues to commemorate the folk singers and comedians. You cannot not see the St. Peter's Church, which is a Roman Catholic parish church right by the market. Its 91-meter tower is commonly known as the Old Peter and is emblematic of Munich. St. Peter's is the oldest recorded parish church in Munich and presumably the originating point for the whole city. St. Peter is not only one of the Munich's best-known churches, but also one of the state capital's top sites, and there are good reasons reasons for that. The viewing platform in St. Peter's at height of 56 meters offers a great view in all directions, including of course Marienplatz with City Hall and the Church of Our Lady behind it. The Church of St. Peter is the oldest parish church in Munich with the oldest bells and historically the first tower clocks in the city. Walking along the streets, we are getting to the Church of Our Lady, or Frauenkirche in German, visible from far and wide. The two towers of the Frauenkirche, the cathedral, just out against the clouds, shaping Munich's skyline more than any other building in the city. And the inhabitants of Munich are keen on making sure it stays this way for a long time to come. In 2004, they voted in the city referendum to stop any new buildings in Munich exceeding the height of the Frauenkirche at 98.57 meters. The building was constructed using bricks to save money due to the lack of quarries in the region. Apart from the tops of the two towers, the building was completed in 1488 after just 20 years of construction work. After suffering heavy damage during the air raids of the Second World War, the Frauenkirche was reconstructed between 1948 and 1955 with a plainer design and fewer establishments. Later stages of renovation saw more ornate features being added on a gradual basis. Today the cathedral is seat of the Archbishop of Munich and Freising. The church is the subject of a terrifying legend. The devil himself is said to have left a footprint at the entrance to the main church. As with many myths, there are several versions of how the devil footprint was created. Walking north to the old part of the old town, you can find Odeonsplatz and the Theathine Church of Saint Cajetan. A striking yellow Rococo facade has become a popular symbol of Munich. The church was built between 1663 and 1690 as a symbol of gratitude for the birth of a long-awaited heir to Bavarian crown. Past its Rococo-style exterior, the church's interior is richly decorated in Italian Baroque style, with sweeping white stucco arches and ornate domes gleaming in the light. One of the chapels is home to a royal crypt where a number of Wittelsbach's family members are laid to rest. As well as being an important symbol of the city, the church's elegant architecture greatly inspired the southern German Baroque movement. The church is well worth a visit. Feldherrhalle in Odeonsplatz is a little younger than an original copy in Florence. It was built between 1841 and 1844. The Feldherrhalle plays an important role in Munich's history. The King Ludwig I had the structure built as a tribute to the glory of the Bavarian army. Our next stop, right by the Odeonsplatz, is Munich Residence. Today, the residence is the largest palace in any German city center. In terms of style, the palace growth over the centuries has led to it becoming a mix of Renaissance, Baroque, Rococo, and Neoclassicism. You might think you were in Florence. After accessing to power in 1825, King Ludwig I transferred his passion for Italy and the Renaissance into the design for his royal palace. For the palace main facade, his favorite architect Leo from Clenze used elements from the Palazzo Pitti and Palazzo Rutelli in Florence. The residence also houses theater and the court church. The otherwise quiet Brunnenhof turns into an open-air stage in summer and welcomes Munich residents and guests of the city with the musical performances of various genders, also wine festivals and so on. We decided to have a drink on the Odeonsplatz, an Italian restaurant which gives you views on the whole square, and the atmosphere is very nice. We enjoyed ourselves and we continued our walk to the National Theatre. Munich's National Theatre is one of the largest opera stages in the world. The Bavarian State Opera and the Bavarian State Ballet perform here. The stage, rebuilt after World War II, is one of the largest opera stages in the world with 2,500 square meters. The auditorium and its magnificent royal box hold a total of roughly 2,100 spectators. Famous Wagner operas such as Tristan und Isolde or Die Walküre premiered at the National Theatre. The last church we are visiting today is the St. Michael's Church, which you can find on the pedestrian zone halfway between Karlsplatz and Marienplatz. It is one of the Munich's most significant churches. The church was built between 1583 and 1597 as a spiritual center for the Counter-Reformation. It is a magnificent Jesuit temple known for being the largest Renaissance church north of the Alps. The church's striking main facade features bronze sculptures of members of the early Wittelsbach's rulers of Munich. Symbols of the Counter-Reformation continue inside, where the most magnificent feature is the unsupported barrel-valued ceiling. Spanning more than 20 meters, it is the largest of its kind in the world, apart from that of the St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. St. Michael's crypt is home to the final resting places of a number of historical figures, including notable members of the Wittelsbach's family as well as Mad King Ludwig. Our trip is getting to the end again and we had an amazing day here. It's lots of stuff to see here really. We are exhausted actually. We are going to catch the train back to Nürnberg. I would recommend to come to Munich really for the whole weekend so you can really see everything and go inside to the historical buildings. If you are guys new here, don't forget to subscribe, hit a thumbs up and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.